Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 22 of FTB Interactions, where today I'm just continuing along with what we did last episode, automating all the things. You can see a bunch of junk in my inventory because I basically spent the last little bit of time between episodes here making a few of these machines. So I made like a forge hammer. We already had the fluid extractor. I made myself a fluid solidifier. I also made an alloy smelter. Even though we have a steam version of this, I think I want to have this one be LV based. And we'll kind of play things by ear on how it all works out. And hopefully we're not going to be overwhelming our cables. Remember, these things can do 16 machines at once, but the battery they're hooked up to can only do 9 machines at once. But as long as we don't have more than 9 machines running at the same time, I think we'll be fine. So between episodes, obviously made a bunch of junk. And that's gone well so far. And I've programmed a few things here, but I kind of wanted to wait for you guys before I started programming more, because there's a few things we're going to need to program in an interesting way. So I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see all this cool stuff. So one thing, for example, that I'd like to first set up is the fluid extractor bit of this. So let's go up here. I had sand in my inventory and then I put it away. So just give me a piece of sand real quick, right? In theory, we should be able to program this so that a piece of sand turns into a glass tube, right? That's one of the things we're going to need to do. And the way that works is we can fluid solidify with a ball mold liquid glass, 1,000 millibuckets, and we can get liquid glass by extracting sand in a fluid extractor, and we get 1,000 millibuckets. However, to do that, we have to use an old favorite of ours, something that we haven't used in a while. And in addition, I wanted to remind you guys that you can use pumps as covers to machines or motors. I don't think you can do that, but robot arms can do it. You can transfer items from one machine to another, and pumps will transfer fluids from one machine to another. So if I hit this dude with a pump on this side, I think that means he'll auto output his fluid. Fluid auto output disabled. Enabled? I don't know. Let's see what happens, right? So basically, and I don't know if I need that for sure or not. I'm not 100% sure if I need that. But then we can put the fluid solidifier here, put the mold in, and then you're going to get that, and we're going to use a satellite pipe here, which I crafted between episodes. It's really easy. You just need one of those FPGAs, which I've mostly automated at this point. Like, I've got a crafting module here to make FPGAs from integrated logic circuits and fine gold wire. I don't think I taught this thing fine gold wire yet because I already had some, but when we get to the point where we need it, that'll absolutely happen, right? And that was part of the reason I decided to go with a basic alloy smelter, because as I was getting to that piece of it, I was like, yeah, I should automate this. So satellite pipes, for those of you who may not remember. Satellite name? Ooh, you get to name them now? It's not just numbers? Cool. All right, so we're going to call you Fluid Extractor 01. Save. And now you are going to get a crafting card like you did before. However, what we're going to say is the output of this crafting operation is a glass tube. The input is going to be sand, but we're going to put it in the satellite category, and we're going to choose Fluid Extractor A as your satellite. So what that's going to do is the machine knows that this is the guy who's going to actually craft the glass tube, and it's where the glass tube is going to wind up when it's done crafting. However, in order for us to initiate the craft, we have to put sand into the machine that has Fluid Extractor 01 as its satellite. Okay, so what that means is it'll put the sand in here and then expect the glass tube to come out here. And that's what we're about to test, right? So let's go over here and get some glass tubes, right? So if I wanted like 10 more of these dudes, is there a way to like force it to, I don't know if I can. Let's say we want 20, right? So what should happen is 2 sand should make their way into that satellite pipe, and they'll start fluid extracting. Cool. And then they'll turn into glass, which will automatically spit it out. It was quick if you missed it, right? So check that out. Boom. It pulled it out of there. So the glass part that solidifies into that thing is nice and quick. That is awesome. So we are well on our way to automating this. Now, did I get vacuum tubes all automated? I did. We just requested 10 vacuum tubes. So what's happening? So we've got some copper wires going in here. Into here, we got the paper and the glass tubes, and then the copper wires are going to go into there from the output, and they're going to make their way up. How cool is that, huh? So I did a little bit of automating off camera without you guys. I hope you don't mind. But we absolutely have some serious progress going on. And today's episode will definitely be focused on more and more automation. Here's all the junk that I've been accumulating. I'm just going to put it all away so it all sorts properly. And then you know, once we get to the point where, yeah, that's looking good. I also made a few more logistics crafting tables. I made a few more crafting logistics pipes. I'd really like to automate all these things today if I can, so that we know going forward that it's easier to make these as we need them. All right, guys, so I just wanted to point out that I found the quest line here, and we're going to, unfortunately, I don't know why it keeps wanting me to make the machine blueprints. You don't actually need to make these. You know that, right? Like, these are just, you don't need them. I don't think, unless there's something that means you. But anyway, upgrade your Infernal Furnace to a Hellfire kiln. The Infernal Furnace is nice, but it seems to attract unwanted eldritch pollutants and cause other problems. We have the technology to improve upon this crude design. By using some custom venting, we can direct its power to a completely clean and free source of basic smelting. So I want to do that and move it into our basement of our house, so that we can connect it to the logistics pipe system, and then we can automate smelting operations, right? So that seems like a smart move on my part. Also, we'll get some rewards, which is cool. In addition, I see the electric blast fan. That's where it's recommending I make the electric blast furnace. So I'm not being punny. This is the machine you will learn to rely on the most. Expect to make 20 to 32 of these multi-block furnaces as you near the end game if you don't take accelerator over clock. Well, I'm not worried, am I? In order to power your first EBF to smelt aluminum, it will need MV tier power. However, right now, you only have the ability to create LV energy input hatches, which will explode if given MV power. Right, bad times. To compensate for this, Greg Tech Community Edition multi-blocks can handle more than one energy input hatch. In addition, an energy hatch can accept up to 2 separate amps of power. This means you only need 2 LV power input hatches to deliver MV power to an EBF, which can provide a total of 4 amps of LV power. Right, so remember, each machine generally needs 1 amp of power. Now, we need to do MV, or medium voltage power, into this machine. And it's 4x power, right? So 4 times LV equals 1 MV. So basically what this is saying is we could hook up MV power to our low voltage inputs, but they would explode if you did that, so don't do that. That's bad. What we need to do instead is connect 4 amps of low voltage power to this multi-block. Each LV energy input hatch accepts 2 amps of power, so basically 2 energy input hatches will be 4 amps of power at the LV tier, which is equivalent to 1 amp of medium voltage power. So long story short, make 2 LV power input hatches and connect in your voltage and you should be good, right? You can use the same concept with higher tier recipes later. You can, of course, replace the multiple energy input hatches with a single MV energy input hatch, right? And watch out for energy loss, which we don't have to worry about because we're using blue steel cable. Cool. So let's go outside and drop our low covalence dust into the flames of flaminess. They'll start doing the particle effects, making the sounds, and we know it's crafting-ish. That sounds cool. Wow, I burned through a lot of logistics pipes already. To be fair, all the pipes that I hooked up there aren't quite in use yet, so I kind of just tossed all my machines down there, assumed I would at some point get to them. So yeah, that's a thing. So you can, yeah. There's your Hellfire. Nice. Machine quest complete. And then we need a machine vent and a machine controller. Let's make sure that we know all the things that we need here. So we need a vent. I don't know if we have one of those, or a controller. Wow, we don't have anything. We have some bronze casings, which I think are used for them. But long story short, let's take a look at this stuff. So we're going to want a machine controller. That would be you. And we've got the 12 nether brick. We need item inputs and outputs. So let's start with tiny items, inputs, outputs. So that's energy input. Hang on, I don't want that. We want tiny item input. That's only 1 slot at a time. Normal would be 6, and the difference, I don't see a crafting recipe for normal. Normal item output. There we go. Steel plates, iron screws, stone slabs, tiny item input. I mean, we could start and we could upgrade it, right? So let's start with tiny item input. We'll find out if that's not good enough. So we're going to want 2 of those, right? So that we can convert 1 into the output. And then we're going to want the machine vent, which is this guy. Okay, that's cool. It uses the arcane bellows that we already have some of. That's nice. And a tin rotor. All right, we should be able to pull some of that off. And a firebox casing, which maybe. Do we have an extra firebox casing in here? I don't think so. All right, not a problem. So we're going to want to add firebox casing to the to-do list. So we're going to want not bronze, but modular machines, which needs bronze hulls, which need bronze plates and brass plates. Okay, cool. So we have a lot of, again, crafting to do. Bronze firebox casing. What we want is firebox casings from modular machines. So that's different than the bronze. Okay. Lots of crafting. Let's get started, and we will automate where we need to, right? So a big part of this is definitely going to be modular machine crafting. I kind of want you to know how that works, right? So maybe we can get that going with a logistics dude here, right? Because I know we're going to have lots of multi-block modular machines. So knowing at least how to make modular machine casings would be kind of cool, right? So we can import this dude, and now we're cool. So you need to know also how to make bronze hulls, which only appear to be a crafting recipe here. That's where we're going to have to do a little bit of experimenting, right? So like if we did this, you're going to come in here most likely, but you're not an aluminum hammer. What hammer do we have available to us? You know what I'll probably do? Let's get our emerald hammer for now, and I'm going to put it in there, right? But check this out. If I do this, and we put this in here, right, and leave it in there, and then put a recipe here, when we import this, I can remove the emerald hammer. And now what we're telling the logistics pipe system is, give me 6 bronze plates and 2 brass plates, and I will give you a bronze hull. And it's going to forget the fact that this emerald hammer is needed because it's already in here. This will work 735 times. And after 735 crafts of this iteration, the hammer will break and we'll have to replace it. But I think that's reasonable. I think that's cool. All right, so then you need to know how to make bronze plates, which will be in the bending machine, right? So that will be bronze plates, right? So let's configure you with a crafting module. I do like how you get so many modules, right? So bronze plates for bronze ingots. Cool. And then the same for brass. Brass plates for brass ingots. Cool. And brass we might need to make by hand as usual, but that's not a big deal. Bronze, we can come down here and teach this guy how to make bronze, right? So you're going to be a crafting module, and you're going to be bronze ingot. Okay. I believe we get 4 of these at a time, right? When we alloy smelter them? Yes. And it's 3 copper and 1 tin, right? So we'll do copper ingots. Here's the annoying part, right? I don't think we can easily say 3. And then a tin ingot. I should get like the remote requester thingy at some point, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All the things we want to do. So 3 copper and a tin, right? 3 copper and a tin. Beautiful. And now you just need some brass ingots, and you should be good. So do we have any brass handy? Just asking. We have a little bit of brass. And in fact, we have some brass plates. Sweet. So now if we came in here, right, the only other thing we would need is red alloy plates and the iron gear. So is there a nice iron gear recipe? There's an extruder. Did we do extruders yet? That's going to use less iron overall. Did we do the extruder? Ooh, extruders are MV only. We might need to do fluid solidifier. We might need to do fluid solidifier or alloy smelter. That's probably the route to go. I think we're probably gonna want to do this part by hand for now, and then what we'll have to do is, yeah, actually, well, we have stone gears. Yeah, not iron gears. Let's just make some iron gears. This part will have to be by hand. There's going to be a few things that we're going to have to do by hand until we get to MV tier. Could I move my steam alloy smelter into the basement and have it automated? Yes. Yes, I could. Right? But we'll probably want to do some other things with that, right? So we'll stick with this for now. Yay for tick accelerating. How cool is that? And then the only other thing we need to know here now is, so if we want, did I teach you that? Or did I not teach you that yet? I thought I did. Machine casing is what it's called, not modular. Okay. Right? 1 iron gear and 2 brass plates. I thought I said we had brass plates. We do have brass plates. Do you have the wrong brass plates in your recipe? It's possible. Yeah, those are Thaumcraft brass plates. Okay, hang on. Let's try that again. If I do this, yeah. If I hit most likely, nice. And then we can import, and then we can break that, and then you go here again, and now everybody's happy. Let's try that again, shall we? Machine casing request. And we have red alloy plates, and that's why that's working out. Sweet. That is cool. All right. And as a reminder, we're going to get, if we refresh this, we will see this makes 2 at a time, right? I'm assuming that you're dumping the excess machine casings somewhere. Oh, you know what? It might have not actually, yeah. When I requested the second one there, it just gave me the one it already crafted, right? So we request 1, it's going to give me 1. And then when we refresh this again, we'll see that we have an extra one available. And then when we request it again, it's just going to give me that one that it already had. Perfect. That's what happened a minute ago, right? Sweet. So now we should be able to come in here and do this and do that. Advanced alloy plate and gold plate. So this is where we're going to want to do gold to gold plates, right? So whichever one of you metal benders is doing plates, we're going to want another one of you doing gold. Ingots turn into gold plates. Cool. And then the advanced alloy plates might be another story, right? So that's a compressor recipe. Did we make an LV compressor? I may not have. There's a lot of machines that I need. I don't see compressor down here. So that should probably happen at some point. We have a couple advanced alloy plates. Let's just do this one by hand. What do you say? I like that plan. Sweet. That's cool. And then we do that, and then we can go just stick that in our compressor. And a little tick accelerating, because that's fun. Okay, and then we can make our machine controller for now, and we'll automate more of that later. I think a perfect balance for us at this point will be knowing what we need to automate and knowing what we don't need to automate, right? I don't know that we need a lot of advanced alloy plates yet. At some point, yes. Right now, no. Perfect. So now we've got our machine controller ready to craft, right? There you go. We were waiting on our last gold. Nice. All right, tiny item input, right? Chests and hoppers. That'll be a thing. That'll be a thing. A hopper can be made in assembler without a thing. It's 5 chests. It's that. Okay. Do we know how to make iron plates yet? Did we teach that? And we should also look at how to make chests, because that'll probably be useful. I don't know that we have those available, and knowing how to make chests would be cool. Can we automate chests at this stage? That's a really good question. Yeah, if we use program circuit number 8. Okay. So your assembly machine is using program circuit number 8. Lucky us. Perfect. So that means that chest crafting can happen, right? So you will be a crafting module. Wow, we're going to run out of crafting module slots really fast. 8 of these equals a chest. Cool. And then the hopper is 5 iron plates and a chest equals a hopper with no thingy, right? So we will do you, and that's going to fill up our thought. Now we could get a fit, we could get tier 5 logistics pipes, but I thought that was out of reach. Or we could stick another logistics pipe like either on the bottom or have another basic assembly machine. Like those are your options at this point for, you know, we've got the thing. So chest plus 5 iron plates equals a hopper. Cool. And did we teach you bending machine iron plates yet? I'm assuming no, right? No, we did steel, but we didn't do iron plates yet, and I suspect that's definitely going to be a big one. So iron ingot. I like being able to do this from JEI. That makes things a heck of a lot easier. Becomes iron plate. Sweet. So now if I want 10 of these, right, we just need to sort our oak wood. Hooray! And what we should see happening here is all the things, right? Nice, look at that. Cool. Give you a little bit of a boost. Just a little bit, remember. Too much boosting equals break the things. Cool, and that chest is staying there so that it can turn into a hopper. How cool is that? That chest went up to the top, right? To go into the inventory to turn into an item thingy. And then this chest might stay for the hopper. Yes. And this next chest will go up to the top to go into there, right? How cool is that, huh? I am liking the fact that we have logistics pipes again. I really missed this whole thing. This whole logistics pipes thing. It is cool beans having it back, guys. Very excited about it. And then the hopper goes up, and then the other hopper goes up. And fully automated, very cool. Oh, look at that, a little second tick accelerate was cool. And then the hopper comes in, we get 2 of these, right? And then I can just boop, 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 and now we've got the item output, right? And then the last thing we need was firebox casings, right? So if I do that, we're missing a flint and a red alloy plate. Did I not teach you red alloy plates? I might not have. Vending machine, you need red alloy plates. So we again filled this up. We're gonna run out of this stuff really fast, right? And that's probably gonna be a problem super quick, right? And I think we're gonna come over here and teach you that copper ingot plus 4 redstone, is it? Red alloy times 1. Okay. Missing a flint. Not terrible. Not terrible. Remind me how to get flint. Was it just the 3 gravel recipe? Is that what it is? No sense in wasting automation with that, right? Look at that. Look at that. All the automation's happening. Boom. He's doing his work. Going in there, going up there, splitting out that way. Oh, that's neat. And there's your firebox casing. And now for a machine vent, we just need 3 arcane bellows and we're good. Well, guess what? We've got those outside ready to go. And that is cool beans. Is that sunrise? I think that's sunrise. So I think what we're going to do is just get rid of this multi-block and replace it. Now we might want a bucket and we might want those mitts. We might want to look at making mitts, right? So if I came over here and I put these 3 in here and hit this button, we should get something that we need. And one of these can go away and we can craft that. And there's your machine vent. Sweet. And then we want mitts. Do we still have the mitts? We don't. So how do we make those? Not that. That. Yes. Ugh. Hardened leather, woven cotton, slime ball. All of that sounds terrible. Let's do it the sneaky way. The sneaky way. So we're just going to be prepared to pick up everything here, right? So at this point, we've got everything we need to make the furnace that we want. Sweet. And then... Oh, look, I already had another one in there. Ha ha ha. Can I vein mine you? I cannot. At least it mines quickly. Speaking of obsidian, I should just go get a bucket of water, throw it on a lava lake, and get a ton of EMC. That's what I should do. Alright, the rest of you can hang out here. Look at this. We're already tearing up the outside and upgrading things. I love it. Okay, so then you... I'm going to put my arcane bellows in here. Because that's a magical-y thing, and that's kind of my magical-y area. And you know what? I'm getting hungry. I could use like a really good snack. I'm just going to munch on this cake that fills up all the things. Full saturation. That's what's up. Now let's go put this in the basement, right? And it didn't look like there was a power input for this thing. So I kind of feel like what's going to happen now is... Is this thing like free smelting? I don't actually know the answer to that, but we're going to find out pretty quickly. So the multi-block here that we're looking at, which again, we don't need to have this in our inventory, but like let's sneak freeze. That would be you, right? So we're going to have the obsidian on the bottom. And then we're going to have you guys in the corner. And then there's going to be obsidian here. That looks like, I want this to be my input, right? So this will be my tiny item input. This can be my tiny item output. And we can upgrade those in a bit, right? And I believe this needs to be your lava source. So we'll be ready with that in a minute. I may have a shovel somewhere. I don't think it's on me though. Okay, so you're going to go here, modular machine controller, and then our bucket will go nice and quick. Cool. And then the vent, which presumably needs an empty airspace, so we'll leave the top open like this. Missing structure. Give it a second. Hopefully. Hopefully. What's your beef, stranger? Yeah, no, that's not what I wanted. Sure, just ghost it up there. Why are you missing structure? You should actually be cool. Right? Did anything here indicate missing structure? Because I do not see why this would be missing structure at this point. Let's just review it, right? On the left, it's the green one. On the right is the red one. Did I put the wrong thing up there? That is a machine vent. That's what we needed, right? Not firebox casing, machine vent. Yeah, that looks all good to me, doesn't it? Missing structure. How so? How so? We got the quest complete, so that's nice. Right, and then lava. And then the vent. That looks right to me, doesn't it? Yep, 100%. Tiny item output. Maybe it doesn't like that they're tinies. It's possible. It's possible that it doesn't like that they're tinies. Maybe it has to be non-tinies. Reinforced, big, huge, ludicrous, tiny. No, it accepts tinies and smalls. All nether bricks. I don't see why this is informing. Let's come back in a minute after I troubleshoot a little bit off camera. Yeah, that looks right. Just for fun, I'm trying to upgrade these to normal mode. I mean, I want 6 slots anyway, so that doesn't hurt. Gonna see if that makes a difference. And we'll try also swapping the sides, maybe? Missing structure. I'm gonna try rotating this just to see. Does that make a difference? Missing structure. I mean, it shouldn't, because if you look at it, the input is on the left and the output is on the right, which is what I want. But Yeah. Input on left, normal item input, normal item output. And then on the top is a machine vent, right? Maybe relog? Can't hurt, right? I mean, it takes a moment to relog, but that's about it. Huh. Oh, wait. Do I need to actually put the blueprint in here? Since when do you have to do that? Huh. Well, there you go. Crisis averted. I didn't think you had to do that, generally speaking. Well, look, it worked. Well, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why that wasn't working, but it works now. Sweet. All right, so for this guy, we're going to want something similar, right? We're going to want our unrouted logistics pipes to probably just route back around here, right? And then this can be a satellite pipe, right? Because items go in here, and we're going to call this satellite pipe Hellfire 01. And then we're going to route you all the way around. And then you can have a logistics chassis, and that's cool. Sweet. And now we've got a Hellfire forge down here. And like I said, these will reconnect when you log out. Well, it may not be the prettiest solution in the world, but it works. And I think that's pretty cool. So how about we do this? How about we wrap up the episode here, because it's getting to be that time. We've done a lot of automating in the last few episodes. A lot, which is really making my life so much easier, because now I can kind of request things on demand. We definitely want to look at making Mark V logistics pipes if we can, because we're already getting to a point where things are hurting. The main blocker on that is going to be nether quartz. Which I don't know when I will get access to that. Like, it's possible that nether quartz is available to me now. I just don't see how. There's a lot of types of nether quartz, but I don't know if that exists in the overworld or not. You know, obviously there's, you know, these things, nether quartz dust, which probably just comes from, you know, actually getting nether quartz, right? So I don't think, yeah, impure pile crushed nether quartz. That's just going to be all the nether quartz ore stuff. So I'll look to see if there's an overworld variant of nether quartz between episodes, and if we can upgrade some of these pipes that are full to Mark Vs, then cool. If not, then what we're going to want to do is make more Mark IVs, which I'll spend some time between episodes automating, right? Like, I'll teach all the crafting systems as much as I can how to do that stuff. And then we'll come back next episode and continue along our merry way with this mod pack. So lots of automation is good. We will be... yeah, I got some things. That's cool. All of you get sorted, please. I need to find a better way to sort these, but you get the idea. Integrated logic circuits is always nice. Cool. All right, that was my sign off. We might get into Electric Best Friend next episode. We might do some more magic stuff soon, because I'd like to get into Britannia. Like, maybe getting a sash would be cool. Getting some astral stuff would be cool. There's some really powerful ways to automate and do cool things with astral, so I'd love to get into that as well. But for now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know what to do. Take it easy.